Hey community, so today we will see what is actually solution architect role. Okay, so I have written few points here that we are going to use, which is basically I have summarized the role into 4 points. Yeah, so system architect changes as per business requirement, infra and tech info, and collab with other teams. Okay, so yeah, sorry for 2-minute disturbance. I was setting up this. Yeah, so I was saying we have written 4 points, so you can have different roles also in solution architect. There's nothing as such. It depends on the industry to industry. They used to actually the role used to vary, and it is a cloud solution architect, so don't get confused with any other thing. Okay, yeah, so but I have summarized basically mainly in these 4 points we can summarize the role, so don't have to give you all the small bits and pieces, so because that also varies in industries. So yeah, that's why I've just written these 4 points. We'll try to understand with examples. So first is system architect design. The system architect design is what? Suppose some requirement came, right? Suppose some website deployment came or something has been came, right? So after that, like to decide like how the architecture is going to be, what services we are going to use, how we will use the which cloud or which services we are going to use with the cloud. If anything we are going to use with the open source or anything like that, we decide. Suppose anything as an example of hosting a website or all that thing. So analyzing what all things is important and which we have to use it, which will be beneficial, right? And which DB, suppose which DB we have to use, which server we have to use, like nginx or anything, right? Whether it will go to dockerization or not. Dockerization, whether we are going to use some inbuilt service like ECS for clusterization or Kubernetes or anything, right? So like that, it depends on the application what all things required, and the system architect in this point, like system architecture design, the solution architect used to consider all these points and provide a architecture around the requirement, right? So this will be the first thing. Next point could be changes as per business requirement, right? So changes and the new requirement, new requirement anyway we have captured in the architecture itself. So whenever anything comes or anything we have to modify or provide a architectural solution around the like requirement, at that time we the architect used to do all these things. Next is modification or changes. So some architecture is already present, right? So suppose this is old, right, and it has to be migrated into new. So how what changes we have to do, how it is going to be step by step, how we have to proceed, right? So suppose there are like some different MySQL they were using, right, and now they have to downgrade to Postgres, suppose as an example. So how they are going to like change this without any like any business loss or anything else, right? So the migration or the changes or depends on the existing requirement. There are like small changes which needs to be done, but their solution architect has to provide the solution how we are going to do it, right? So all these things comes under this point, right? So it depends on the organization level, but yeah, the role changes as per the demands. But these all things are the like main things that a solution architect provides. Right. Next is infra and tech information. Yeah. So the same thing, infra around it, infra around the requirement, and how we are going to create the infra, what solution we are going to provide. So as an example, this could be little more techy word. So as an example, suppose they have to build something for AI, right? So some feature they have to implement in AI. Suppose developer has to implement something in form of AI, right? And AI developers are not there. Okay, and now product manager is saying to we need AI. So now solution architect will go, he will try to search all the information and do a POC from his side, and suppose he has found a service which is on cloud, which is AI service. So now he will understand this, learn this, how we are going to use it. He will try to initiate this, provide a solution around it. It will initiate not initiate, I mean like it will start using the service setting up for the developers, and suppose the setting up has been done, now this is working correctly. Okay, so now he will go to dev and they will say, okay, whatever you want to build, we are using this service, you can use this, and they're like this like some bullet point as an example you consider, like this it will work. You just have to authenticate and use the service and it will work, right? So the infra solution he has provided, right? And so that is moreover in this point. Tech information is like how the information is being processed. So as an example, suppose some company is there, okay, and it is taking your biometric information. So biometric information is sensitive data, right? It is a very sensitive data. So how we are going to save it, how we are protecting, where we are keeping, whether the backups are being done properly or not, and how the backups is being initiated, who all has access to the backup and the to the data, or how many stakeholders from the companies are going to use it, and whole lot of things about regarding these all sensitive information. So because even though as per this biometric case, even though the government guidelines are very strong, so like this he provides the information and follows the information around the teams, around the industries, and that's what he provides in terms of solution, right? Last is collaboration with other team. They like very simple. A collaboration like same other people used to do, like collaboration with, suppose he is providing all the solutions, right? So collaboration with dev team, collaboration with QA team, collaboration with suppose DevOps team, collaboration with some ticketing team is there, suppose some issue is coming, so some like Salesforce team, some issue with the production monitoring team. If some issue comes suppose from production monitoring, so they intimate also, right? So the problem like they arise the problem, then they note it down and then they try to resolve it. So like this. So suppose as an example, suppose any development has been done, having services being used, the infra has been set up, and the solution and the architecture has been provided. So now dev will have their own concerns, QA will have their own concerns, DevOps may have some own concerns while deploying, monitoring the server, or taking backups or anything, and some production, they are getting some issue in production environment. So these all issues has to be addressed to the solution architect, like solely mostly he will be designing in industries, but it depends, as I said. right? So they will reach out to solution architect, right? So he will be collabing with all the teams and resolving the issues. So that is the 5th point. So I guess this will be the moreover his responsibilities are, but these are like very high level. There will be small level responsibilities can be changed, right, in industries. But yeah, we can summarize in such a way where he is like working with other team, working with stakeholders, taking requirement, designing system, responsible for all the information that is being followed, all the backups and everything, all the infra related issues, all the architectural issues, all these things solution architect used to do it, right? So yeah, thank you so much.